Pop the champagne and pull up a seat, because we're about to get into real talk, real stories, and real power moves. This is Champagne and Chat, where we mix success with a little bit of spice, and trust me, you don't want to miss this one.
All right, welcome to Champagne and Chats. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Tap the screen. Y'all come on in. TikTok, definitely tap the screen. Oh, we love TikTok. Come on, TikTok. Don't love TikTok. Do not play. I love TikTok. Y'all come on in. We have some boss women in here tonight, y'all. Ooh, and this one is gonna be, oh my gosh, this is gonna be a fire movie. Like we talking about fear, FK, whatever you want to put in between. Fear, get the bag, stop playing small in business. So look, y'all look like y'all ready to get in already. Introduce yourselves, let the people know who you are.
My name, me?
Whoever.
You first, yeah.
Well, my name is Cassandra Clark. I'm the owner of a med spa. I'm a realtor, I'm a professor. And I'm just actually buying into a franchise of a truck courier. So, yeah, so I have a lot going on.
Yes, ma'am. Clock that.
I love that. That's inspirational to me. I love
Yeah. So I've been a med spa owner about 12 years. A realtor about 4. A professor about 2. And I just started the courier business, so yeah.
Yes. Boss women. And
yes.
Bria.
Hello, I was trying to figure out how to go live, but we'll figure that out later. But anywho, I am Bria Harris. I'm the owner of Empress Tax Service. I am a tax accountant and I specialize in taxes, tax debt resolution, and audits. So I've had my own company for 6 years. That's all I do, nothing more, nothing less. And that's me.
Yes, love it. All right, let's hold our glasses up
Yes.
and cheers to us.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, first up, listen. I know women second guess themselves all the time, especially when trying to get into business. They're trying to figure out if they should charge their worth or play small. They just trying to figure it out. Walking away from it's kind of hard from walking away from low ball offers. You know, back in the days when they had the flea market, you doing hair, you doing nails. People come by you and be like, "Oh, how much you charge? How much you charge?" You be like, $80. And they'd be like, that's too much. You'll be like, man, $50. Come on, let's go get your hair done. So it's like now we're not in those times anymore, right?
That's true.
So we're not in those times. So it's trying to like be modest, but still knowing your worth and knowing like, hey, look, I'm gonna bring what you need to the table. So this is what you want to invest in. So what's the biggest bag you fumbled, and who was it to blame? Or was it a person? Was it you making a bad decision? Were you trusting the wrong person?
I have never fumbled a bag. I've never. And when I say that, I've had a lot of people ask me that question. Like, do you have any regrets? And I really don't. I've never fumbled a bag. I do not close the door on opportunity ever.
That's
Ever.
what I'm talking
So
about.
I am a person who is a risk taker. So I don't ever want to say coulda, shoulda, woulda in my head ever. So I go after every good opportunity. So
Good.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Bria.
I like that. For me, on the other hand, one thing about me, I'm always keep it real. Anybody know me, I'm gonna keep it real. I never missed a bag, but I fumbled the bag making a decision to end up with someone before in business. So one thing about me, I'm a realist. I'm not gonna get on here and sugarcoat it and make it seem like I haven't. I will never forget year 2022. I teamed up with someone who was kind of semi like my assistant, and she was supposed to be helping me with some things, and she actually cost me money and clients, and almost cost me my reputation with dealing with some things. So one thing about me, that was a big learning lesson in business. But that was my first year hitting seven figures, and almost cost me a few things. So I had to rebuild myself and, let people know what happened. And, lost a couple people, but gained some people back. So that was a big learning lesson. So, just got to be careful who you team up with. Now, everybody who says they know what they're doing doesn't mean they know what they're doing. I trusted this lady. And
to do what? What did you trust her with?
To help me prepare some stuff for taxes. And she dealt with some of my clients' personal information, and she kind of messed me up.
Yeah, that's a big no-no in business.
Yeah.
So I could be honest with everybody. That was a big learning lesson for me. It will never happen again. Never happen again. But it didn't take me down. It just let me learn. In business we grow. That's the reason why everybody be like, Bria, you don't have an assistant?
Were you ready? Yeah, if you got to let
from that situation, so it makes me a little nervous. So I'm a little nervous about getting another assistant, but soon. But for now, no.
Okay. And Cassandra, as a married entrepreneur, busy. How do you balance growing your businesses while maintaining a strong marriage? What's the hardest part of that?
All right. So mine is probably a little different than everybody else because literally I got married in 3 months after knowing him. So I got engaged after 1 month of knowing him and then married in 3 months after knowing him.
Hey, hold on. What your family said?
Man, they was like, are you sure? Well, he rich? He this, he that. Yeah, he wasn't poor, you know what I'm saying? But in the same breath, he was a sweet person. And I was just going through I was having different relationships and stuff like that, dating and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? Let me try something out of the norm. Hey,
but how you know it wasn't his representative? The first 30, 90 days, that'd be the representative.
And that's the thing. Remember I told you I'm a risk taker. So, so that was my risk. It ended up being a reward, because here we are, we're going into, 7 years? I think it's 6 or 7 years. I don't even remember. But we've been married and we've been happy, It's been going good. He's like literally my best friend. But it was a little hard in the beginning because I guess the women that he was used to in the beginning, they were like a 9 to 5 women, and I'm not that. I'll come home literally at 8 o'clock at night. Yeah. I'll leave at 7 o'clock in the morning and you won't see me at 8 o'clock in the night. And honestly, a lot of times when he's calling, I'm like, oh, what? I'm busy because I'm busy. Yeah. But I don't let him feel like that. I'll say to myself, but I won't do that. I respect him and everything like that. He's a sweet person. But it's just sometimes when I'm in my headspace is if I'm at work, it's all about work.
You must be
after that, it's all about him, and I'm all about family.
You must be a Virgo or Capricorn.
Sagittarius.
Oh, okay.
I knew you was a fire sign. When you started to describe yourself, like she a fire sign like myself.
Yeah. And he is too. He's a Sagittarius too.
Oh God!
Wow.
How does that work?
Yeah, how that work?
What? It's hard sometimes. You know what? In this relationship, we're still getting to know each other. Like there was no really dating stage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like literally, I used to live on the beach, and then he was living on the beach, right? And my lease was ending. Like that first month that we met, my lease was ending. And I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to buy a house because I was, I had my money saved up to buy a house. Girl, here this man had this 3-story house, up the elevator, up and down. He had his Rolls Royce Benz car. He had what else? What else? This big truck, you know, that dually or whatever.
Yeah, the
He had
dually.
that, and he brought me over his house, and I was telling him, I was like, "Well, my lease ended. I was thinking about buying a place," and he was like, "Why don't you just stay with me until you get yourself situated?" And girl, I stayed with him and never left. Girl, who paid rent? Who paid mortgage? Not me. Girl.
That's right.
Yes,
Let me put my glass over that. I know that's right, girl.
Girl, I threw it on him. He ain't never left. That was it.
Ask him if you got a friend. Tell him you got a friend. Tax boss need one.
Right, girl, I got you.
Yes.
Got you.
But nobody says there's a time limit on that. So to be honest with you, I'm
No,
happy
at
for you
all.
because
No.
Yeah,
if
I mean,
it works. I don't
it
know people who
works.
got married after 2 weeks of knowing each other, still married 15 years from now in a happy marriage. I don't know people who had a small backyard, courtyard, house wedding that never spent no 20, 30, 50, 100 bands like you see on TikTok, and they still
Yes.
married to this day. So don't let nobody tell you what it is.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if somebody got a problem with them, just mad, just, hey, your stuff, don't be mad because mine's is all right and yours ain't that good to trap them.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hello.
But he's okay with me coming home now. He is. He used to like call me, be like, "Hey, babe, when are you coming home?" I'm like, "I don't know." You know, I'll tell him, you know, when I'm done. I'm not sure, because I noticed when I would tell him, "Okay, I think I'm gonna come home about 6," and I don't get home till like 7:38. He'll be like a little upset, a little perturbed about that. So I'm like, I don't give him a time anymore. I'm like, I'm gonna come home soon, or I'll call you on my way home, or I'll call you when I'm leaving the office.
I'm gonna be home tonight.
Exactly.
I'll be home tonight. No
I'll
worries.
be home tonight before 12 for sure.
Yeah. So, Bree, as a single mom, thrive with a thriving business, what's one misconception that people have about single moms in business?
That we can't balance. I mean, before I became this business owner, before I became who I am, before I became my brand, before I became Bria Harris Empress Tax Service, I was already a mother first. I still finished college, even when everybody said that I couldn't. Okay, because I was a single mom, had both my kids back to back. They literally 13 months apart. When everybody said that it couldn't be done, I still stood. So I think the biggest objective is everybody say you can't be a mom, be a business owner, be a friend, be a daughter, can be this. Yes, you can. You can be all of them. It might be time consuming sometimes. Like right now during my tax season, I may not have certain times. You know that, Dr. J. Like I barely come out and do stuff. You know, nobody get to see me like that. I'll send a text message and let everybody know I'm okay. But anybody who understands. This is Bria grind time for the first 6 months of the year, all year round, because of course being a tax accountant, I'm still open all around. But you know, it's my grind time. So my boys, they understand that. And mommy don't get to work, mommy don't do things, and I can't pay the mortgage. But I also balance out and, you know, take time to where, you know, even though I'm super busy, I'll take a day where some days is my days. And I'll spend time with them still. If I do networking events, I bring them out with me so they can see what mommy grinding and what I do. So I think the biggest misconception is we can't do it, but we can. You know, single mom or not, they do have their dad active in their life, you know, so I'm proud about that still. He gets the kids, he spends time with them as well. So, you know, I still co-parent with him. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Mom is a boss. So this is the that's why I quit my job. You know, so it can't be done. I'm teaching them that the girls they date gonna be a little high standard because they're gonna be like, well, my mom, shoot, she still had time to do certain things. She can still cook a meal on Sundays from time to time. Mom still took us here, but they get this experience. They get the designer. They get the 5-star restaurants. They get the experiences. They get to ride around in fancy cars. They get the vacations. They get the first class flights. So they get everything that mommy gets. So they don't have to go out here and realize that, you know what, dang, mommy doing it, I can do it too. So,
yes, love it. So what's the most savage lesson you learned in business that made you completely change how you move?
Don't trust your friends.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Listen.
Do not
and family. And a lot of the family too.
And family. And do not bring in people that you know. I made that mistake. And the person turned their back on me full throttle, and I couldn't believe it. Got jealous because I started buying houses, and it brings in too much. Do not, I repeat, do not bring in friends and family. That's all I got.
Let me tell you something. I got something to add to that. I have brought my sister. I have a sister who I brought in right?
Uh-oh.
She's like one of my, she would tell people, she's like, I'm a jealous person. Da, 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 da. Man, I brought my sister in because honestly, I never
Wait, you
told
knew she
her.
was, wait, before you did this, you knew she was jealous?
I knew she had a little jealous spirit, yeah, but I didn't think it was going to be to this capacity. So
And not
I
to your
brought her
sister?
in, but I didn't tell her because it was a lot of things I wanted to do. I was just starting to be a professor, and I wanted to like navigate to that. And plus, I was like new to real estate, so I kind of like wanted to, like perfect that because I perfected the med spa business. So in my head, I wanted her to take it over. Never told her this. And so I brought her in, I showed her the business and stuff like that, showed her how to, like what to do and stuff like that. With all my clients, she would talk so much crap behind my back. And they would come back to me because these are my clients. And they would come back to me and tell me all the stuff she was saying. It was so good. And they were like, is that your real sister? I'm like, yeah.
How,
Unfortunately,
how you
same
address
mom,
that?
same dad. Yeah.
How you address that? Like, how did you address
No,
that?
I addressed it by, you can go. I
Yeah,
fired
pretty
her.
much.
You can go. I'm not
Don't
gonna
address
fight you. I'm
it.
not gonna do none of that. You can go. Get
So
out.
how is your
Bye.
relationship today?
We're not on speaking terms. Would I like it to change? Sometimes, maybe later on, but sometimes, especially when the energy is off and the energy is so negative, you're okay with them being over there, and it's okay. I can love you from afar.
Yes.
I'm totally in love with my sister. I love her because she's my sister, but it doesn't mean that I have to be on speaking terms
Deal
with
with
you. But
you.
I don't have any animosity in my heart. I forgive you and everything like that, but I can feed you with a long spoon,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. I just distance myself, dealt with it like a boss because at the end of the day, you never bring nobody, let nobody bring them down to your level. That's what they want.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right? So you just deal with it like a boss, distance yourself, and you just know what it is. I didn't even address anything. I just dealt with it the way I was supposed to, dealt with it like a boss, let them go by myself. And then I'm pretty sure they watching me 30 years from now. Like, dang,
30
I
years.
started
Yeah.
doing her
Wait,
thing
30
still.
years or
So
30 months. 30 years or 30 months. Like you already don't listen, you already progressed from 1 month to the next. Like what? 30 days.
you can't stop what God already has planned. So no matter how
Yes.
jealous and envious that people can be, and how no matter how they could try to take you down, and no matter how they forget the times you was there for them, and they act like the good don't outweigh the bad,
Come on
just
now.
let them be and just let them watch. They watch.
Yes.
Trust me, they
Yeah.
watch. It might not. You might not know, but they're watching. Trust me,
They're watching.
they're watching.
Yes. So in business now, do you think that women are playing the game wrong? What's one of the biggest mistakes you see?
I see women putting men first. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be your business. To me, it's
For me
supposed to be
too.
your business first,
Yes.
you know? And they putting men before their kids and shit. And like, man, listen. Those are the biggest mistakes I see, but nothing comes before my business. Nothing comes before the bag.
The bag.
The bag.
So this is why I made this topic just for y'all. F all that other stuff. Look, get to the
The
bag.
bag.
Stop saying small. Like
Exactly.
They're dimming their lights.
y'all.
I think the biggest thing I see a lot of women doing, they're dimming their lights to appease a man, and you shouldn't have to do that. I think a real man, no matter what level you on, I don't care if you're a 9 to 5, career oriented, if you flipping burgers at McDonald's and he's at Checkers and doing Uber, it doesn't make a difference in what they're doing. It's about when a man make you feel comfortable, you're gonna naturally be submissive in certain areas. He should never make you feel like you gotta dim your life or act stupid or be belittled or be beneath him in order for him to shine. I think
Exactly.
sometimes as boss women we forget that we still gotta make our man feel like a man because we can't bring the boss attitude home all the
Yes.
time, right? We still gotta have a little levels. You get what I'm saying? So I'm still gonna be that
I'm
boss,
still
but you
working on
gotta
that
have
vibe.
a little twist, and and making them feel just a little comfortable, right? So I'm not saying
Yeah.
that you can't do that because I feel like it goes both ways. Even if he's a masculine man and on top, he still should make you feel like a queen. Even if he was a stay at home and you're not working and you living in $1 million mansion, don't make a difference. Just you guys have to complement each other naturally, but don't ever dim your light. I don't care if it's a man or a woman. Don't dim your light for somebody else. Be yourself, and whoever's supposed to be, you guys gonna complement each other naturally.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
So people, we have moments of doubt. Some people they're afraid to get in business because they don't know the unknown. So what has almost made you quit that you had to change and like, I'm staying in the game?
You know what? I think for the med spa in summers, it gets really, really slow, like for most businesses. And almost every summer, I'm like, God, am I supposed to be doing this? You know, this is crazy. You still got to pay overhead. There's so much stuff you got to pay. But sometimes the clients ain't coming in because they're on vacation with their family, you know? And usually around summer times is when I feel like that, you know? But during COVID, everybody was talking about COVID, but me, I had the best. Like my business went all the way up because everybody was getting surgery. So guess who they was coming to? You know? Yeah. Most people were home.
Everybody was getting it 2020.
Listen, everybody's getting that bag in 2020.
Yeah.
And guess what? They were home. Nobody was working. Everybody was home. So guess what? They were looking at their body and stuff like that. Everybody had cabin fever.
Why y'all at home trying to get cute? Like, if y'all
they had cabin fever. They didn't want to stay home, so they came over here. They was packed in the med spa. I make the most money I've ever made in my life during COVID.
I had bonnets and scarves on every day.
Really? Well, I must have stayed home 2 weeks out of COVID. And what? I closed the curtains? Come on. What?
Listen, I stayed home all day, every day, because I was getting the money because it was so much. Y'all know I'm the nonprofit sector and grants and stuff like that. So I was actually doing work in the community and writing grants all day. So I ain't have time to get cute and all that dolled up like that. So Brie, at what point where you were like, man, I'm ready to quit? And you were like, man, I changed my mind. I'm gonna stay right here.
It was only the first year I felt like that. The first year I started my company was the first year I felt like that, the first year and a half. And the reason why, because I was trying to start my company, still working 9 to 5 for somebody else, couldn't really put in the work to really take it to grow. And I was like, maybe this is not for me. But once I quit that job, and I don't know what told me to do it because I didn't have a backup plan to this day, God, I'm telling you, knew this was destined for me. I quit my job. I came off vacation, supposed to clock in at 12 o'clock that day. A little birdie told me 15 minutes before I'm supposed to clock in, quit this job, Brie. Quit this job.
I can't hear anything. Y'all can hear me?
I can hear her. I can hear y'all. Yeah.
And
okay. All right. I'm sorry. Did you guys ask me a question or something? Because I couldn't hear anything.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Yeah.
From that time, I never doubted myself after that. I knew it was destined for me and took up. Even with the little moment that I teamed up with the girl in 22, even with all the chaos, I still kept going. And, you know, for me, it's just like no matter what you go through in business, make it stronger. Of course, we have our slow season. Nobody thinking about accounting in November, December, but I budget for that already throughout the year. So other than that, the only time I ever felt like that is when I didn't have clients. My first year when I started my accounting firm, I had 5 people. I couldn't take nobody with me. Now, mind you, I've been in the game for 12 years. I couldn't take nobody with me. So I couldn't steal the clients from the job because I go, you know, that's against policy and what you signed, right? And then I had to get out here and get it on my own. But I told myself when I quit that job, after that, took off. So never doubted myself after that. But other than that, I don't care what I go through in life, no matter what head I bump in, I never give up.
Okay, let's go. So people talk about the imposter syndrome. Do you believe in it, or do you think that it's fear dressed up fancy in words?
I feel like my particular sister wanted to be that. She wanted to be me. You know? But is it fear? Yeah, it's fear of being yourself. You know? So yeah, I believe in it.
Yeah.
No. I think a lot of people suffer with that, especially with social media. A lot of people, they want to be someone else. They see someone living lavish on social media and they want to be them. They see their body done and they're like, I want to have that body, you know. As a med spa owner, a lot of those bodies don't look like that out of the clothes.
Come
Like,
on, that look. I had to take off my glasses for that. Look, come.
listen, a lot of times when you see those women look like that, if you they and this is like between us on the chat, when they take off their clothes,
Butcher.
it does not look like how it's supposed to look. In clothes, you look fine. And outside of the clothes, line here, line here, line here, line here, stretch my listen, they let it deceive. Don't be deceived.
Trust me. Look, come on now. Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
I think that's the biggest pet peeve
Mm-hmm.
in life. I think everybody look at social media and want to be somebody. Be yourself. I think once people, before social media even happened, I'm glad I wasn't a social media kid. I got social media because of business. I'm still that thick, nice, pretty girl. You understand what I'm saying? I'm natural. You know what I mean? I don't have to wear a heap of makeup. I don't have to go get a BBL. I don't have to look at you and feel like I got to be like this to be successful. Because even with me being my natural self and being who I am, the natural breed, the natural laughing, you know, the natural loud, the natural me, people are actually drawn to that. Most of my clients, but 90% of my clients will tell you anytime, Bria, I love your laugh. I love just who you are. You're just being down and out. You're just being yourself. Don't follow social media because half the people renting homes, renting vehicles, renting this to do the little content shoot. Some of them ain't never owned a home, never bought a home, never will have a home. You get what I'm saying? They in debt. You know what I'm saying? Some of the designer bodies that you sit there and see, trust me, I know I work on their books. They ain't got nothing, but you see them out every goddamn day, and they got a sponsor by a man. Okay, so don't be letting it be deceiving you. And then 9 times out of 10, they sleeping with the man to get something, and they ain't even really their man. They got a few of them because they got to figure out what's going on. Okay, so don't even let social media get you confused with who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to have aspirations as far as to look up and probably, you know, say, dang, you know what? I wouldn't mind having that. But don't try to be exactly that because whoever that person's life is that person's life. That's it. That is what God decided to have for them. Maybe you wasn't meant to be on that level, but it's okay. Be happy with what you can eat with the Popeyes chicken and being at home with your rent paid. It's all right. Everybody ain't meant to be a homeowner. People be getting on my nerves talking about everybody buy a home. Guess what? Everybody can't afford the property taxes. When the stuff break down, you can't afford an AC unit. You can't afford to do this. So don't live on what somebody else got going on. Look and see what's going to be meant for you. Never live beyond the Joneses because the Joneses might not be for you.
Yes.
Exactly.
Gotta be yourself.
Listen, that's so true. People, if they see the amount of debt people get themselves in to look that good or to think they're doing something and don't even know how to manage money, it's suicidal.
Let me tell you, I have the G-Wagon and stuff like that. I've had 5, but I'm not talking about that. Once you acquired certain things, it's like nothing. I promise to God. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to act like I'm all once you guys once you guys have the car that you want. Sometimes you're driving it and you don't even realize that that's what you're driving your car that you've always wanted because it's like nothing to you. Once you've acquired it, it doesn't even, you're in your big house, your $1 million house or whatever. You don't even feel like, oh, this is the house that everybody would like. It's just nothing to you.
It's
nothing.
They ain't even got life insurance. They ain't got no 401k retirement. They ain't got no IRAs.
Exactly.
They ain't got no stocks. And they ain't got nothing. So it's
where your savings?
Yeah.
What happened? You understand what I'm
Exactly.
explaining? So people look at this, but they don't realize the real rich white man live on assets. But people don't understand that. They ain't care about no Gucci and the latest product. And 9 times out of 10, if
they're driving a little Prius.
You can't even tell us on because they don't wear the big, I gotta have the big GG on here and different things.
Nope.
And 9 times out of 10, and I'd have been around some rich white people myself, even with some black people with some money and some Pakistan and some Indian. And trust me, I do their books, and you will never be able to tell. And they in a regular Ralph Lauren polo.
And it doesn't even say polo.
let me
It
tell
doesn't
you,
say
what?
nowhere on the shirt.
Let me tell you, the
And
only
then
reason
9
you'll
times
be
out of
able
10,
to
some of
tell.
the designers that they be wearing from over in Italy, you don't even know it's designer because you ain't even heard of it because it's for exclusive. So let's
Exactly.
talk that tea. So everybody
Exactly.
wants to talk about
Let
what
me
you
tell
let me
you.
tell
know.
you,
Be yourself.
the only reason you'll be able to tell they wealthy is only by their watch.
And
Oh,
shoes.
let's talk about
No,
that.
the watch, their watch and their shoes. They always
Mm,
sometimes have on some good shoes.
mm.
But
But most of them, most of the
most regular people won't even know what type of shoes they have on.
And
oh
then
yeah,
if you
that's
go
true.
to some of these $1 million houses and millionaires, they still got regular cars. They still have the Toyotas, the
They
Hondas, the
do. The
Lexuses.
Toyota
You know what I
Prius.
mean? They
The
may
Hmm.
have that little
Brown,
1, 2
the
little exotic where
Camry.
they pop out with, but
Exactly.
they kids still be driving. You know, real money is hitting. Real money
It's
Yes,
true.
is just relaxed.
it's quiet.
You know what
Let
I
me tell
mean? You ain't
I
gotta
was
be
just about to say that.
loud.
I said
It's
wealth is
quiet.
quiet. Rich is loud. Wealth
Yes.
is quiet.
That's
It's
that new money. That new money. They
rich
want to be
is
A
on.
new
They
money
want to be
inspired.
loud.
on TikTok live with the background with all the Louis V and red bottoms and everything in the back. Why you showing your house? I ain't never knew where that come from. Where that come from? Cause
Right.
you ain't gonna never catch me on no live in the back of my house and you see everything. No,
No.
you come on my house, then you know. Because
Yes.
then
Exactly.
what you're doing, you're setting yourself up for people to
Be a
attract the
target.
wrong people. And I
Yes.
don't mean target like somebody gonna rob because that can happen. But you're gonna attract the wrong people. Now people want to get to know you for what they think you can get out of you and who you think you can
Yes.
know.
Come
Instead of
on, man.
why you think I
That's
don't post
true.
some of my clients. That's why I hid certain videos and I used to post some of my celebrity clients and I stopped doing that. You wanna know why? Because
Yes.
I started realizing people want to get to know me because of who I know. I don't got time for all that.
Right.
We ain't got
You
time for
gonna get
that.
to know Bria Harris and that's all
Ain't
you
nobody
gonna
got time for
know.
that. Ain't nobody
Exactly.
got time for that.
We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So, well, Cassandra, you already shared your tea when we found out somebody was jealous of you. Bria, when did you find out someone close to you was jealous of you, and how did you handle that situation?
Well, her daughter called me and told me.
No, but I'm saying somebody close, like your family member or something.
That's what I'm saying. My niece called and told me
Woo.
that she's jealous of you because she feel like you're taking the spotlight. She wants to be a homeowner. You're now a homeowner too. And she just feel like she's not going to be where you need to be. And that's how I found out. I found out by a phone call. A phone
How you
call.
handle that?
The same way I always handle things. One thing about me, let me tell you something. Let me tell you one thing you're gonna learn about me, right? One thing you're gonna learn about Bria Harris. Bria don't address certain shit that don't make things that's gonna make me bother me. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
explaining?
you
So
gotta make sense.
I know, and then you know, if the conversation needs to come up one day, it will come up. But one thing about me, I don't address the elephant. You wanna know why? Because the elephant need to address me. Don't ever downsize myself for you. You jealous of me. And I ain't never jealous of you. I try to help you out. I try to show you the game. I try to show you, but it's up to you. I can only show you what you need to do. You understand what I'm explaining? And that's all I can do. You know, it's up to you. You know, but again, God's plan. So yeah, it kind of hurt because I was the last person I expected to be jealous of her. Because if anybody should
Yeah.
have been proud of me, it should
Yeah.
have been her. Because she knew me from before I had money, when I slept in the car, when I was homeless, when me and my kids' dad broke up, I ain't had nowhere to stay. You get what I'm saying? When I was going through my domestic violence situation, you knew me before I became who I am today. So if anybody, you would have thought that that person would have been proud of me, but the person was okay when they knew I was down. When I grew up and blew up, then all of a sudden now you know you jealous of me, but you can't be jealous. You should be proud. You should be like, damn, I remember when this girl was sleeping on the couch when she was renting a room. When I
Exactly.
was catching the bus, working 2 jobs.
Mm.
You should have remembered me from then when I was making $9 an hour
Because the
at McDonald's.
anointing.
And I couldn't even get a job in my field because they kept telling me I gotta have experience. And I graduated college and wouldn't even give me a job. So you should have knew where I came from. So if anybody should have been happy for me, it should have been you. But some people ain't happy for you. Some people are happy for you only when you're down and they got something negative to talk about. And they go back and tell the person, oh, you know, shoot, hey, you know, she doing this, she ain't got no car, you know,
Yes.
that, blah, blah, blah. So they like it when you're down, but when
Yes.
you're up, they don't want to celebrate you at the time. You
Oh,
understand what I'm
no.
explaining? And that's the such a girl's girl, and I celebrate everybody and what they got going on. I don't care if it's something small, big, or whatever. I don't care if you make this amount of money, that amount of money. We all the same level at the end of the day because we can't take none of this shit with us.
None.
We can't.
Not
The money,
a
the
dollar.
material things, none of that. We
Not a
cannot take
dollar.
it with us. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be proud of you just as much as I'm proud of her. Just like I don't even know Cassandra, and the first thing I told her is, "Fuck the haters, what they got to say." I'm happy for you. You locked a nigga down to 3 weeks. More
That's
power to
right.
you. I'm cool with that shit. Do your thing. Drink to that. Because guess what? It's only a hater gonna be mad at that. I don't give a fuck. Hey, at least you locked in a real rich nigga and he got some money. You know what I mean? Like, so
That's right.
ain't like you want to go.
Hey, let's go there. Let's go there. Would you date or marry someone who significantly makes less than you?
I have tried it and it didn't
I
fucking
would
work. That's
never.
why I'm single now. Broke up in September last year. Okay, try
I
it.
would never.
It ain't motherfucking work. And no, I won't go back
You
there
know
again.
what? Let me tell you. And I'm here looking back. You know, I don't think I've ever dated anyone who did worse than I am. I would never. I particularly just couldn't do it because I like nice things. And if I can afford them myself, and I made sure that I put myself through school and I always had a good job so I can afford the things I like. And I am not going to sacrifice that by speaking to you. Now I'm going to have to help you. No, hell no. You're supposed to be helping me to get to the next level. I'm not supposed to be helping you to get to the next level. You need to play in your masculine role. And I need to be in my feminine energy.
And I'm gonna tell you now, the only way the
I
fuck
would
shit gonna
never.
work is if he just not gonna be jealous of you. You understand what I'm explaining?
And that's the thing.
9
You know
times
what?
10,
Speaking of
he
that,
gonna be jealous of you because he ain't gonna like the shine that you got going on.
exactly.
And that's what ended up happening with me.
That's what
you understand
happens.
what I'm saying? So I've learned
And you end
my
up sleeping with the
lesson. So
enemy.
now
You end up sleeping with
moving
the enemy
forward,
that way. No.
moving forward, if you ain't sorry to say, if you ain't hit 6 figures or better, I can't give you no time. And it ain't got nothing to do
Exactly.
with that, but I gotta put time on my time. All right, we
Yes.
gotta match each other level. If I can go, I know
Match each
about
other
the Chanel
energy.
bag. You know what I mean? I can go catch a first class flight last minute and be on the flight tomorrow. I can go do what I want to do. I can go to a 5-star restaurant and eat. We ain't gotta go half on the bill. Baby, let me take you out. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I can do all
Exactly.
that. I don't even want that. I want to know that. Let me know I'm a boss, but then I shouldn't have to ask for flyers. I shouldn't have to ask for dates. I shouldn't have to ask for certain things that should naturally just go ahead and be given. Just give it to me. Because I'm going to give you the same way. And one thing about me, I'm a spoiled my man too. So people be talking about, oh, da 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 da. I'm going to
Exactly.
spend money on you. I ain't got no problem with that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to spoil you too. But we can't be on the same, we have to be on the same level. We're going to have to just be on the same level. You know what I mean? So, you know, now I put myself in rooms where I can meet that man at the same level. So, Cassandra, tell your fiance, your husband, hey, so he got some single. Now, I ain't one of them girls that's all done up, but you know, they going to get a good girl. You know,
All right, I got you. I'm going to find you somebody now. I'll find you somebody.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
So what's one thing in business that you said yes to and you know dang on well you should have said no to?
Damn, that's a good question.
I usually say yes to things I want. I just
No. Oh, okay. I partnered with somebody. Ain't gonna call the people name out last year. Yeah, you guys last year. Last year.
Oh Lord.
And I did a sponsorship. Okay, so this is why I'm gonna be very picky about who I sponsor and things I do for people because that left a bad taste in my mouth. And the girl seen me the other day and couldn't even look at me in my face. So yeah, if you on this, if anybody know who I'm talking about, you know who you know. Baby girl, I gotta see you again. And when I see you, I'm gonna check you quietly. But yeah, that should have been a lesson learned right there. That should have been a lesson learned right there. That should have been a hard knowing business. You over here scamming people with scammer don't scammer. Where my receipts? Where are my receipts? Where are my receipts? but you're paying for families to go to Turks and Caicos.
I want to go. I want to go.
Put me in your suitcase, honey. But it was one thing. I was there thinking, what have I should have said no to. I did do a PPP.
Okay.
I did a PPP, and I think I should have said no to it.
Why?
Why?
Because I didn't really need it. Really at the time, but I didn't understand how it went. I just thought it was like a loan. So I really should have said no to it. I think that's the only thing I can probably think of.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you didn't need it, but why not? Let me tell you something. Can I tell you something as a tax accountant?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Do you know the white man barely spend their own money? They always get money.
I know.
Other people and get money.
That's true.
Girl,
They always tell me too. They borrow.
Don't regret the PPP. Let me tell you something. As long as you did it legitly, okay? Now for the ones who did it and they know goddamn well they shouldn't have did it, that
They
be
had no
business. You
business.
understand what I'm saying? They ain't
Yeah.
had no business. They ain't had
You
no
had a
certain
legit
things.
business.
But
I have a legit business, but guess
and I
what?
would say, you
But
have
guess
a legit
what?
business.
I got in
Girl,
trouble. I got in trouble for it.
You did?
I
'Cause
did.
You went to the wrong person. That's why.
I did.
Next
I
time you're
did.
gonna come see Bria Harris, because let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you
I did. I went to the
what you
wrong
cannot
person.
get. You cannot be greedy when you're doing certain things. You got to be able to max.
And the thing about it is that I still don't. I didn't sign the paperwork. I didn't do anything. I still don't know what's on the paperwork, but I got in trouble.
Wait a minute. So
we gonna do that later. We
we're
gonna
gonna come back on that, Miss Cassandra. We'll have to talk about that later. Because I'm like, wait a minute, now hold on. But we good. We'll figure that out later.
So,
Yes.
in business, all three of us been in business at least a minimum 15 years.
Yes.
Have you ever walked into a room and felt underestimated? And how did you flip the script? I know we probably still go through that sometimes now, where we walk into some multi-million-dollar events, billion-dollar events, and you know
what? I don't, because I walk in the room like I own it. I
Period.
own the room. You know what I'm saying? So I walk in there like they're looking at me like, who is she? You know? And I mean, my heart might be racing, but you ain't gonna know that. You know? So yeah, I don't ever feel like I'm underestimated. They always look at me like, who is she? You know, what she got going on? You know?
Yes.
I don't know.
Hey, 1 second, hold on. Cheryl has a question. Cheryl, drop your question in the comments. I am bringing it on the screen, so drop your question in the comments. Go ahead, Bree, till Cheryl ready for us.
Oh no! Remember, we fire signs. She is Sagittarius. I'm a Leo. We're gonna walk in like we own it. We don't discriminate who.
Yes.
But by the time we come out of there, you're gonna know who we are. I guarantee you that, and we're gonna stand out. And I always say this: never feel like when the people underestimate the underdog all the time. I don't care if I'm not 9 figures, I ain't 8 figures yet. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm gonna dress like I am, and I'm gonna walk like I am. I'm gonna talk like I am. I'm gonna match your energy like I am. And at the end of the day, as a business owner, you know what I mean? We gotta make sure we match the room and the energy that we in. And by the time we walk out of there, they're gonna remember who we are.
Yeah, because sometimes I be places, they be like, doctor. They be like, oh, I say Dr. J. They be like, oh, you're a doctor? Yeah.
That's right.
Remember that. So
drop their credentials.
Listen.
So would you ever go into business with your man?
Hell no.
No. I just no.
Yeah.
I had to think about that twice. Like, no. Yeah. He's annoying. He could be annoying sometimes.
You already
I gotta deal with you at home and in the business. That's too much.
You're already annoyed. He asked you what time you come home. You be like, God
damn. Listen. No. Let me just deal with you at home. That's it. I can't. That's too much.
No. I just feel like some people work for. I have couples who are in business and they do good. I manage the books and they do good. It works for them. For me, because I know I'm very dominant and I'm very bossy and I'm very opinionated,
that's me.
I feel like it would more collide with the two of me. Even if I get somebody that's a little bit more soft-spoken and whatever the case might be and say, baby, run that shit, I just feel like I would have to report to you. Then I feel like when we come home, I can't have a conversation. Because when I come home, you know, it's okay. Ask me how my day was, probably the first 15, 20 minutes. But after that, I don't want to talk about business. You understand what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
And then if we're in business together, that means we
Yes.
are going to have to talk about business with personal. We're gonna have to be sitting here talking about, okay, so babe, I'm up at 3 a.m. making emails. You up with me? We ain't got no time. I mean, it works for some people, but you got to know who you are. And for me, no, I think that's a hard no for me. I will
Hard no.
support you on your
A
business
hard
journey,
no.
okay?
All
But
day.
to partner together,
Yes.
no.
Okay. So Cheryl wants to know, we're taking questions by the audience. And Cheryl wants to know, how do you consider business collaboration? Oh, well, Cassandra, tell them how we consider that we're going to do some stuff together. How did you
Oh, yes. So we're going to do, because I also do credit repair. I forgot to mention that on the
But no,
side.
don't tell them what we about to do yet. We ain't coming
Oh,
out with
okay,
it yet.
okay.
Just tell them, how do you consider the business collaboration?
You know what? I think it's all about energy and aura. And you'll know when you meet that right person. You know, your energies will match, I believe. Yes.
I'm all for it. I already partnered. Dr. J, I already know I sent people to already. You know, some of my clients. Shout out to Fab in the comments. I partnered with her a lot. I partner with other people in business. You have to do collaborations. You can't do it with everybody, but I
Everybody.
do partner with certain people. Shout out to the business attorney. That's my attorney who had my trademark, and I was just at her event last weekend.
Excuse me.
And partner with some people who actually asked me to come speak at some financial engagements. So at the end of the day, I feel like as a business owner, you got to have the right collabs. Not all money is good money, but just go on your energy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if you go on your energy and you guys match each other energy and you guys can support each other naturally and genuine, it shouldn't have to be, oh, I'm only supporting you because I'm actually do this. No, let me go ahead and support you and you support me,
Yes.
period. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
Period. And
Yes.
at the end of the day, it should just be naturally done. You know what I mean? Whether you use my services or I use your services, if we naturally connect, just do it. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel
Yes.
good with business collaborations because some of them be good. I got some great collabs. I got some great referrals. Shout out to my financial advisor who deal with my clients. I don't do financial advisements. He does. I met him through Fab. Me and him been collabing for almost a year now. Amazing. My clients have a good experience. Yeah.
So I feel, let me answer that. Yeah, I give my 2 cents here and there, but not all the time. But we're collaborating because sometimes a lot of us probably did it in the past and it didn't go too swell. But now I'm believing in talking to God. So even when me and you were talking, even when me and Bria was talking, but even before me and Bria even started our meeting, we start in prayer. Most times when I meet with my friends, going out to eat, all that stuff, I always start in prayer. Even when I get out of the car, I'm like, God, if I'm to this place, you're bringing me to this place, because everything now has to be in alignment and an intentional way, what you have for me. So I'm not doing anything out of your will. So if God's telling me, okay, this is the person that you need to do business with, they look like they're a go-getter just like you, we have to match that energy. Like, because I'm not to the place anymore where I'm doing 90%, well, I'm doing 100% and you're only doing 5%. So now it's like we have to be equally yoked. People always talk about equally yoked in marriage. You got to be equally yoked in business too, and with your friends. So with me, the collaboration is just easy when it comes to where you are in the room. Just seeing their aura, seeing what they bring to the table, how they respond, the things that they have going on, the businesses that they've been successful in, and know, okay, I can collaborate with you. Hold on, she got one more question for us. Oh no, okay.
Now come with the questions. I love it. It.
What are some of the? She said, "What are some of the proper questions to ask?" Cheryl, you trying to do a business deal with somebody? You trying to figure out you for the collaborate with them?
I feel like some of the proper questions to ask, and that's just me, me being me. I'm gonna probably ask a few questions about you and your business, right? So I can see exactly how we could collab. I also want to see if you could connect with me. Ask me some questions, versus after we ask each other a few questions and we can sit there and run the idea. Let me see if the energy is right, So I would say The proper questions, there's really none. If you can't start off with a good conversation, and we can't start out by trying to see where we can go with the collaboration with each other's businesses and see if it even aligns up, then if we can't do that and naturally just go ahead and vibe, then it's a no for me. So I want to say as proper, questions is just making sure, hey, you know what? Oh, I see you do this. How does that work? Oh, okay. All right, well, I do this. Oh, well, I don't have anybody that does this. How can we sit down and talk about each other's services so we can sit here and see if we can do referral fees or whatever the case might be? Me, I'm big on that. I don't want any incentives. You know what I mean? I done sent my clients to Dr. J, and she don't even know, until I spoke to her today and said, hey, I know a few of my clients reached out to you. She said, yeah, this person did. I said, okay, a few more going to be reaching out to you because they're waiting on X, Y, and Z. I don't want nothing back from her. You know what I mean? I just want her to take good care of my clients and get them good customer service like I do. And that is the energy I'm looking for. I don't want nothing from you. I just want to make sure that we naturally just take care of each other, because at the end of the day, I can't do everything. What she does, I don't do. So how can I team up with somebody that I know gonna take good care of my clients and their financials and their personal information is protected?
Yeah, when you meet someone and you want to collaborate, the questions naturally flow. You meet, like the energy is so on point that the questions just naturally flow. It's not something that you think about. You just know it when it's there,
Yes. Okay, we're gonna come back to that, Sophia, because that's one of my wrap-up questions. Fab, let's see what Dr. Fab has. Gotta see what they could bring. Are they consistent? Are they disciplined? Are they self-motivated? Absolutely. All of those questions matter. Yes. So we're gonna be wrapping it up soon, and I got a couple questions that I gotta run by y'all. We can't leave. When it comes to excuses, right? We as women, as people in general, we make excuses all the time. But what excuse needs to stop when making money?
There should be no excuses. I'm team no excuses. To be honest with you, I don't believe in excuses. You understand what I'm saying? I just don't.
That's what I'm like here.
Do it,
I know you're a fire sign, because that's why I'm here thinking
you
like,
don't do it or you don't. We ain't got time to be saying about, see my mama cousin Tracy, the reason why I didn't. Nah, I ain't got time for all that. Either you gonna do it or we ain't gonna.
Or you're not gonna do it. That's what I'm saying?
2-point period to the game, to the thing. I don't got time for all that. We are not young. We are not 16.
I don't like excuses.
17. You know what I mean? We are grown women and men. You understand what I'm saying? Excuses is for weak people. And if you weak, you make excuses.
Exactly.
Strong people have situations that happen, but we analyze them and we come back from that. You understand what I'm saying? Simple, to the point. That's my answer.
Point blank. Point blank. Yes.
So what's a dirty little business secret nobody talks about, but people need to know about?
Oh, dirty.
That is hard. It's hard. It really is hard to be an entrepreneur. It is hard. A lot of people don't talk about it. It takes a lot. Sometimes we cry. Sometimes we go in our room and we cry and we want to give up. Sometimes. Every day ain't peaches and roses. No. Sometimes it's really, really hard. We want to give up more than we want to go to work sometimes. But, the good always outweigh the bad. So
yes.
Exactly. Nobody talk about the point that sometimes you may have $2.61. Tomorrow you have 100,000. You back down to $2.61. You done paid all the bills. Nobody want to talk about all that. Nobody want to talk about how many clients may inquire and never actually book. Okay,
right.
We don't want to talk about those things either. We don't want to talk about if you don't promote yourself and be consistent in promotion, that it ain't bringing no money in. You know what I mean? We don't want to talk about you got to actually brand yourself. We don't want to talk about those things. Being an entrepreneur is not for everybody. Some people may just be good for.
And it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak.
It ain't for the weak. We ain't gonna talk about them days where you gotta put 12, 13, 14, 15 hours in. Nobody don't tell you about 6 days a week you don't work, and you thought you had a little rest day, but your rest day ain't really your rest day. You on vacation, but your vacation ain't really your vacation because you still got your phone. You still got things going on.
Let me tell you, I was in Bali. I was in Bali answering calls. Narrative, how may I help you? Yeah. I was in Jamaica answering calls. Narrative, you thinking I'm behind the desk? I'm like, God damn, I can't enjoy my vacation. But guess what? I can't have him call me, and I'm not, and I don't answer. I just can't look at the phone and see somebody calling me, a potential client, and I don't answer.
Listen, I was in Thailand, in Malaysia, tutoring.
See?
Because one of my tutors went on spring break. I was tutoring that student.
Wow.
So yeah, we know about all that.
Yeah. And then we post the pics.
And it smile.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you don't know what's going on in the background.
We ain't talking about when you got personal things going on top of running the business. Nobody, you can't even, you on social media, nobody even know in the back of your mind you're going through certain things. And they be
You
like,
be
oh, but on
That you
social
just had
media,
three deaths. That you just had 3 deaths in 1 week.
Right. Oh my gosh.
In 48 hours.
What?
And I got to get on here and smile and like, yeah.
Woo, that's a lot.
In one call, it said the other one passed while we was at awake.
Damn.
How about that?
Well, goddamn.
How about that?
Well, we need another live for that one.
Wait up. On the way to a business meeting with my partner in the car work.
Oh shit.
You don't remember that? 2 weeks, what that was, 3 weeks ago? When I was on the way.
When you came, yes, when you came by, when you were supposed to come to the office. Oh yes. Yep.
And the break, I felt like the brakes wasn't gonna stop.
Wow.
y'all
Wow.
been there. We all been there.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Well, my battery about to die. Jesus, I don't got no charger.
Like one more. Okay, if you could tell your younger self one thing, what would you say?
It's gonna be okay. You're gonna get through this. It's gonna be okay. It gets better. Because a lot of times we don't see the end of the rainbow. So, you know, you have all these doubts in your head that, you know, you're not going to be able to make it. You may want to be depressed or commit suicide or stuff like that. I never really wanted to commit suicide, but those thoughts did go in my head every once in a while. Never attempted. But I would have been at ease knowing that the end would have been okay. I'm good. I'll be okay. I'll get through it. You'll get through that relationship. You'll get through, you know, that the bad business deal. You'll get through it, and it's gonna get better. So,
Okay.
I concur. I'll piggyback off of that.
Okay. So before we leave, the next time someone tries to play with you in your business, I'm going to what? Finish the blank.
I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you. Cause what's mine is mine, honey.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say ignore your ass. That's what I'm good at doing anyway. I just ignore the shit out of your mouth.
Period. We gonna ignore and pray. Ignore and pray.
Ignore and pray for you because I don't know what's wrong
Exactly.
with you. You okay? You had a good day? You need a cookie?
You okay? God bless your heart.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Well, I thank you, beautiful ladies, for joining in today.
Thank you for having us.
I still showed up. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. These are my girls. For real, Facebook, Instagram, all that. These are my girls for real. We talk on a weekly, daily basis. So these are my girls. Y'all make sure y'all go follow them. Y'all make sure y'all go get y'all taxes done. Empress Tax. And Cassandra is Narrotique
Med Spa.
So y'all go over there. Y'all get going. And we love y'all. We'll see y'all again next week. Thank y'all.
See you guys. Thanks for having me. Bye, ladies. Bye, everybody in the audience.
Bye.
Bye.
We spilled the tea and popped the bottles, but we're just getting started. If you felt this convo, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode. Because trust me, it's about to get even hotter.